Oh. So we totally got on the mat and we saw Phil, but Phil told us we were eliminated. So first I was like, whoa. Then I was like, whoa. But then I was like, whoa. What is up, party people? Everybody, welcome to Croqueta Chat. I'm Lewis, my wife Michelle, my producer Mike.
What's up?
We are here with these badass racers, finalists from last season, the Mustachio Brothers, and they are Joel and Garrett. Woo!
They're coming at you from the Pepsi Museum.
Yes, my very own Pepsi Museum.
Yes. Guys, we couldn't have you guys on last season, but we're so happy to have you on with us right now. Yeah. You two are a joy to be with. Amazing energy, great attitudes. New York, you guys are hanging out with you guys in New York was awesome. How you guys been?
You guys been so cry, probably I
was crying
20 times throughout this season. For sure.
We're emotional people ourselves. I mean, we couldn't even hold it back on national TV. So I guess that's just our lives.
I didn't used to be a crier, but Phil knows how to make me cry.
Definitely, I guess.
Phil knows how to tug those heartstrings. That's for sure. Like he knows what words and how to. He's a master at his craft. So Joel, any new records for you recently? What's going on with that?
As a matter of fact, you know that barbecue company, Weber Grills?
Weber, yeah.
I partnered with them. If you go to their Instagram right now, they just posted today. I broke the world record. I was one of the official witnesses for most barbecue skewers in a beard.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
I broke it like a couple weeks ago, but they put it out there today, so it's live on their Instagram. I'll put a video out in a couple of days about it. But, yeah, most barbecue skewers, 602 barbecue skewers is the new Guinness World Record.
It was a big beard when it was all done.
Yeah.
World record number. How many records you got?
That was my 17th Guinness World Record.
That is amazing. That is crazy. All right. And Garrett, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I've got one record.
Okay. What's that world record? Tell me.
Well, it was the most chopsticks in a beard placed by a team of two. So this was the beard, and me and another guy were putting the chopsticks in his beard. So
I just sat there like this and did nothing.
That is great. Well, guys, thank you for being on with us, and everybody in live today. Thanks for chatting. And this is I feel very excited to talk about this because basically, towards the end of last season, the Amazing Race community got together and helped Garrett reach a goal to get a service dog for his daughter Brinley. And it just gives me goosebumps thinking about how the community got together and it was raised rather quickly. And I think the community has so many questions. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody out there that gave. It's great to see how everybody got together for this cause, and we're here, and we've been getting updates on Garrett's socials, and I just want to go ahead and feed the audience what they want to know. Right? There's so many questions here, Garrett. Okay.
Do you want me to load up some questions, Lewis?
You could. I have some questions first, and then we'll get to yours.
Okay. All right, cool.
So, I guess, Garrett, let's start from the very beginning. Tell us about your daughter, Brinley, and tell us why she needs a service dog.
So Brinley, she was born in 2016, 8 years ago. She just turned 8 in January. And I don't know how much the story I'm going to tell necessarily because I get very emotional telling the story. But when she was born, it was a very traumatic birth. We actually lost her for about 4 minutes. They had to give her CPR before they revived her. And this was all before we even knew that she had Down syndrome. And so at this point, we didn't know anything about her special needs. And then after they revived her, she was in the NICU for almost a month. before we finally were able to bring her home. And it was a very stressful and difficult time in our lives for my wife and I. And you know, I had Strasser where I could reach out to, because Strasser had gone through a similar thing with his daughter where she was in the PICU for
a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was, you know, a while before this happened with my daughter. And so I knew he had gone through a very similar thing. So, you know, he was somebody I could trust in to talk to about the, you know, difficult time I was going through. And, anyway, so after they intubated her and got her prepared for the transport to another hospital where they had better facilities, that's when the doctor pulled me aside and said, "Hey, I'm seeing some signs that look like she could possibly have Down syndrome." And then she said, "We'll run some tests and to verify it, but you know, it's looking like she could possibly have Down syndrome." So that was when I first found out. At the time, my wife was still in the recovery room because it was a C-section, and so she wasn't. I was able to stay with the baby, but she wasn't. So then I went over to my wife to try to talk to her and kind of explain to her what I was told, and it was kind of shocking. Like we didn't know what to expect. We had met people with Down syndrome before, but we didn't know, you know, what it meant, you know, to have a family member with Down syndrome. But at the time, you know, we didn't know if she was going to survive through the night because of the traumatic birth. And so at the time we just were like, well, we'll put that aside, you know, let's get her healthy first, and then we'll figure out what we need to learn to move forward from here. And so as time went on, you know, she got better and better and was eventually released from the hospital. And then we got really involved with the local Down syndrome community. They reached out as the nurses at the hospital gave us a bunch of information. We were able to get in contact with the Treasure Valley Down Syndrome Association, and they do a great job of connecting with families and, you know, bringing you into this community where you can talk to other parents that are going through similar things. And it's been great. And to be honest with you, she's been such a huge blessing in our lives. You know, just all of my kids are just so good with her and so helpful. And I mean, it's been a huge blessing. And along with the Down syndrome, because of the traumatic birth, she does have some brain damage, and then cerebral palsy because of the lack of oxygen at birth. And so that's a couple other things she's dealing with. And then we also found out a little while later that she's also deaf. And so quite a few things that she's going through. We were able to get her cochlear implants as she got a little older. And so now she can hear as long as she has those implants on. And that's a big blessing for her. So those are kind of the needs that she has. And so my wife and I have always wanted to get a service dog for her where, you know, it can be there for her. She has, because of the weakness from cerebral palsy, she tends to fall down pretty easily when she's walking. And so it would be nice to have, you know, a dog that can be right by her side to help her keep her balance. And, you know, if she does fall down, can be there to help her get up. We're not sure. We're still trying to figure out what all we're going to be able to train the dog to do. But balance is one of the biggest things we want help with. She really doesn't sleep well through the night. So hopefully there's a way that we can have it be some comfort to her to help her sleep through the night. Also, you know, the deafness, if we can train it to help with any sort of hearing for when her implants aren't working. What else? Do you think of anything else? We have a big list, but we're trying to kind of narrow it down to our priorities to start off, and we'll see how that goes from there. But
yeah, so I saw online there's a big difference between an emotional support dog and a service dog. An emotional support dog is just a dog that just caters to you whenever you're feeling stressed. But a service dog is a whole nother level. And like you said, that's so impressive for these animals to do that, like to help balance. I read online that, you know, if the dog senses anxiety because that person's in a big group of people, it kind of nudges their nose to get you out of there. And it's like little things like that. It's so impressive. So I guess the big question is, why is it so expensive? Is it because of all the training? Like how long does it take to get this dog ready, I guess? Like what's behind that? So
yeah, my understanding is the expense comes from the extensive training that it takes. And it's like very involved for a trainer to get the dog to learn all these things. A lot of it has to do with, you might have one thing you want the dog to do, but there might be 4 or 5 steps to get to that point.
Yeah.
And so it's a matter of, a few months of training to get to this point, and then from there, a few months of training to get it to the next step. And so it's just very extensive. From what I've heard, it can be up to 2 years of training that it takes to get it to the level where it needs to be for a service dog. And it might depend on, the particular needs that you're going for.
Mm-hmm.
The dog that, I don't know if I'm stepping too far forward, but the dog that we ended up finding has already been through a lot of the basic training. And so a lot of what you have to do before the specialty training is, basic training, and then like public access training so that it knows how to behave when it's out in public. And, you might have seen service dogs before in a restaurant, and typically they'll just lay at the feet of the owner underneath the table. You don't even know it's there. And so there's a lot of training that goes into it before it even gets the specialty training that it needs. And so all the time that it takes for a trainer to do all that, it just ends up being super expensive. And I mean, it's not easy to be able to get a service dog.
And how long, how long would it take to get a dog fully trained? Is that a year process? Is it multiple years?
I think it's usually a couple years. I don't know for sure, but right now
it depends what you're training it in, right?
Right, and how many things that it's going to be helping. And then there's a pretty high failure rate for service dogs too. And so you want to make sure you have a dog. The trainers can actually evaluate dogs and figure out if it'll be a good fit.
Are there specific breeds that are better than other dogs?
I always thought there was, but I'm no expert on service dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have said that there are certain breeds that are better than others, but then others, it's more of the personality of the dog that they've said if it has the right personality, no matter the breed, it could turn out to be a good service dog. So,
and I see that about a week ago we had Brinley meet this beautiful pup.
I love this video.
And there's an awesome video now, everybody that's watching live. And what are you telling Brinley here, Garrett?
Well, so it's a lot of it's hard to know for sure how much she's comprehending and taking in.
Yeah.
The combination of the different special needs that she has, I always wonder how much she understands. It seems like she understands a lot more than you might realize, but because she doesn't speak well, she can say a few words, but she doesn't, she can't form sentences or anything. So sometimes I wonder how much she really is understanding. In the meeting of the dog, I mean, it seemed like she understood what was going on. This is the best interaction I've ever seen her have with a dog she just met.
Wow.
Typically, when a dog gets close to her, she might pet it, but then she's done. She wants to leave, doesn't want to be around it anymore. But this one, she kept going back to it. Even when it got in her face a couple times, she leaned away, but then she went right back to it and wanted to hug it again and pet it.
That's amazing.
And then after this meeting, we actually took a few days where we wanted to just give it time, and we didn't want to rush into it.
Yeah.
And so we took a few days away from the dog, and my wife and I just kind of talked about it, thought about it. We would talk to her about the dog and see what she would say and do. And
is this your wife here?
This is my wife, yeah. And so then a few days later, we went back and wanted to get with it one more time just to have her interact again. And as soon as the dog walked out, she right away got a big smile on her face, started waving at the dog. And
that's so cute.
Yeah, it was really cool the way she reacted with it. And then we asked her, we did the sign for dog, and then we did the sign for home. And we asked her, you want to take the dog home? And she said dog home. And
wow,
I think she understands what we're asking, and she's responding to that. And the fact that we then went through with it and loaded the dog up in the car, and it sat next to her the whole drive home, and she did really well with it. And so it's been pretty cool. Even when we got home, the first couple days, at one point she stood up and started walking around the house, and the dog stood up and followed her and stood right by her side. And it was kind of crazy how quick the connection seemed to be, like the dog kind of understanding this is my person. And so it's been pretty cool.
That's a beautiful thing. Mike, do you have some questions you want to bring up from the?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I got Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
So we asked Reddit if they had any questions for you. We asked, "What's up, Reddit? Joel and Garrett will be co-hosting with us this week on Croqueta Chat. His daughter picked out her special companion recently. This is just one of the first steps for her journey. I would love to know if you have any questions for him in this process." So, of course, the first comment is always wanted them to win so badly, right? No questions, just a picture of the pup and the family. What kind of things will the dogs help with? Which I think you guys help answer a little bit. What has her school done to accommodate during this process?
During the process with the service dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that we've talked much to the school about this yet, but previous to getting the dog, we meet with the school at least yearly, and it might be semester, but where we actually sit down, we go over what she's doing, and the things that we want help with and all that, and we have brought up the service dog, us like getting her a service dog, and the school. My understanding is the school is very accommodating with that, and they understand, how beneficial a service dog would be for her, and so that we haven't had any issues as far as that goes. But again, we haven't talked to them since getting the dog, and it'll still take a little bit of time before she is ready to actually use the dog as a service dog, and so it won't be, probably earliest would be next school year that it would actually happen. So
perfect. Another question is, what are your biggest concerns or challenges about getting a service dog for Brinley?
I mean, my biggest concern from the start was the expense of it, because I mean, we had looked into it. We knew how expensive they were. There are some nonprofit organizations out there that will fit families with service dogs. There's actually a local nonprofit that we worked with a year or two ago, and we were in the finalists for getting a dog, and we actually came out and met the dog, and Brinley interacted with the dog, and there was a few other kids that they were looking at also for this dog, and in the end we didn't get selected, and so we didn't get that one. But a lot of the nonprofits, you have to go on a waiting list, and it can be 4, 5, 6 years before you ever get a dog. And so that was why my thought was, if we win the $1 million, I don't have to wait 5 or 6 years. I mean, I can just use the money to get it. And so that was one of our goals. And when it didn't turn out that way, and the fans started reaching out and saying, "Hey, we want to help with that." I mean, Strasser, I didn't even know he was doing it. Strasser.
So Joel got the GoFundMe going.
Yeah, he's the one that said
Nice.
all. He saw the outreach from the fans, and he's like, "Well, I mean, if people want to help, let's make it happen." And so he got it all going. And
I remember talking to him, and because it was the penultimate episode, we're in Dublin when we first mentioned the service dog idea on the show, and people started putting comments all over the place. If these guys don't win, we got to make sure we get them a dog somehow.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Smythe about it, and he was like, "Yeah, but how would you organize something like that?" And I'm like, "You put up a fundraiser online." And I was thinking, I'm doing it. He didn't know. I'm like, "I'm totally doing it. I'm putting up this fundraiser." And the morning after the finale aired, the fundraiser was already built before the finale even aired. All I had to do was publish it. And then I shared it on the Facebook page and other places online. And then everyone started sharing it and donating to it. And one thing I'll say about that whole thing, you saw the final episode. You saw how we did so well in the final episode until the last challenge with the kayaks, and then it kind of fell apart. And you saw me personally making some mistakes that led to that. And that was tough. That was really tough for me to watch, really tough for me to accept. That I felt very responsible for the fact that we came this close but then fell. And I don't think a lot of people understand or know that everybody's outpouring of love for Brinley helped me to wipe away those hard feelings I had. Those feelings I let Smythe down, and I let Brinley down, and I let everybody down. That was something I was really struggling with when we came so close and then stumbled. But so I don't think I can ever thank everybody enough for all of the generous kindness and prayers, and everything. It meant and means so much to me. It's just incredible.
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah,
I mean, Joel, like, don't be so hard on yourself, man. Don't worry about
I know.
that. There's so many what ifs in this race.
If anybody knows, it's Lewis and Michelle, right?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
That damn piano. But anyways, guys.
I appreciate you so much for sharing your story, and I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody else does. The moment that GoFundMe went up, I was checking every single hour to see how much money you raised. And I thought it was such a beautiful thing that the whole community came together. And I'm just like I get tears right now just thinking about it, how beautiful it is. And we all care about you. We all love your story. And please continue to share, because everyone is so involved now. Like, you guys are my family now. I want to know what happens at every single step.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we're for sure going to continue sharing the whole journey. And in fact, I want to give you guys an exclusive right now.
Ooh, exclusive. Do we have a graphic for exclusive?
If anybody follows on Instagram, they'll see that last week I said this past weekend I was going to announce the new name. We were going to rename the dog. Yeah. Because I wanted it to be Amazing Race related, because all the fans came together to make this happen for us.
Nice.
I wanted the dog's name to be Amazing Race related. And so a lot of people gave a bunch of good ideas for different names, and I was planning on announcing it this weekend. With the holiday weekend, I didn't have enough time to get anything out there, and I thought, you know what better time than with you guys? And so I figured might as well announce the name here, right?
Okay, Mike, get ready to write a banner. Get ready to write a banner, Mike.
I'm ready.
Wait, is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
It's a boy. So you named him Lewis.
That would have been a good one. There's a lot of great suggestions and a lot of names that I really liked. But when it came down to it, there was one name that really stood out to me. First of all, it's a great connection to the show, and I feel like it's a great name for a male dog.
Okay.
And so the name that we're going with is, any guesses?
I have a guess, but I don't want to ruin it.
Wait, say it again.
The name we're going with is Kogan. Obviously, Phil Kogan,
Because when I saw that name on the options and I saw Kogan, I'm like, that's a good name for a dog.
Yeah,
I agree.
That is.
And so
yeah.
My daughter, like I said, she doesn't speak real well, and so she has a hard time saying a lot of different things. But we talked to her and we asked her if she could say "ko," and she can say "ko." So "ko" will be the nickname.
Beautiful.
Kogan will be the name, and that's what we're going with. And I'll still do an Instagram reel for anybody that isn't watching this and doesn't catch it. But you guys got the exclusive. Kogan is
guys,
the dog name.
Right here on Croqueta Chat, we bring you the exclusive news right here, dropping some news right now. The service dog that Garrett got for his daughter Brinley is going to be named Kogan, the last name of Phil. I love it. Guys, this is great. I love it. Everybody out there, I love you. You guys ready to get into the episode?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. All right. So we are going to start off with Michelle's segment this week. All right.
Memory card.
Michelle's memory card. Mike?
Hopefully my memory card is good.
Right, so I dug into my memory card because we found out that this season had gone to Colombia. Lewis and I were in Colombia. We also had a little spoiler that they went up to Guatapé, and this was my first time going up.
Wait, I thought you guys you saw the episode and then you went to Colombia right away, right? This past
Right.
Right?
We flew there Thursday morning, and then we came back Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my memory card from last week. So we have we actually went up that rock, which, by the way, I will tell you, it was exhausting. So I feel you couldn't really tell how exhausting it was on the show, but it was exhausting for us.
Yes. So let's go ahead and play that video. Oh wait, do I have it here, Mike? No, you have it.
I'm gonna play.
Okay, go ahead.
You ready to climb?
done this before. I did it really fast. I gotta slow down and wait for you.
659
on the
steps.
race doing this.
659 steps. All right, now screw this.
I think I would have cried being on the race because those would have made me run up these steps.
I forgot how miserable I was last time I did this.
Already tired. I just started. Ah, there's already such a pretty view. 100. On the race, I would have hated this. 200.
This is my third time doing that.
Always.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, the caffeine. I'm a racer.
Are you busting your ass?
Not a racer. Let's give me motivation.
I see Phil. Yeah,
So
nice
glad
ass.
we didn't drink last night.
Let's go.
I see the light. There is a light. Why am I the only one breathing through my mouth? Like always.
The mouth breather.
Always. If the Amazing Race was here, where would the pit stop be in this whole place?
Here. Continue going up.
No, I don't
Because they would want me to walk even more.
It'll either be, I think it'll be right there. This will be my bet.
Is there a clue in here? Did you bring the key?
That's
You gotta
random.
go back down.
Okay, it was there too there. This would have been the pit stop for sure. That's
So
where it
a
was.
game called I Win. Because Phil would have been right here. What?
The pit stop would have been here for sure.
Thank you.
Pit stop would have been right here.
Made it.
So that was us. We were there just was it last year? No, yeah, it was it was a few months ago.
Yeah, a few months ago.
A few months
Probably
ago.
in like November.
Yeah, September, November. Beautiful place. So my mom's from Medellin, Colombia, and Guatapé is like an hour and a half drive from there, and it's spectacular. Like when I went there, that was my third time climbing it, and when I went there, for the first time like 4 years ago, I was like, this is a perfect, amazing race route right here. Beautiful sights, and yeah, they started off with that. What do you guys think about that?
I'm jealous.
Of course you'd say that.
I have this weird thing where I love giant staircases, and every time I see one, I want to do it. I'm not kidding. We had a leg, the second leg in India. You remember where we started? There was that huge staircase and went way up the mountain, and it was so hot. And I was like, I hope we do that. I hope we have to go up these giant stairs. People are going to be dying. We're gonna be passing them.
Garrett, does Garrett have any weird fetishes?
You know what? I don't know if you guys recall this from the race, and they didn't talk about it too much, but I'm not a big fan of height. And so it looked like if you were towards the outside of that staircase, it seemed a little scary. I would have probably been hugging the mountain the whole way up because, man.
You know what's crazy is that so my mom went there before I was born. And they didn't have that beautiful staircase many years ago. It was like wooden planks.
Yeah.
No railings.
Even
going
worse.
up. Yes. And she went up. Yeah, she went up. My parents went up. They said it's different. So there was a topic, like I heard, at first I was thinking, why didn't they do the pit stop there? Like, why did they start it? I think that would have been a great race to the top at the end. And then it just hit me. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but there was nobody there. So I feel like they did the race starting in the morning, right? So they could possibly close it to tourists for a few hours to get that permit. But they're not going to leave it closed all day. And that's just not going to be, that's not smart for they make money off tourism. So that's one reason. I feel like the morning was the only time they could close it for cameras. And to top it off, you can't make a pit stop up there. There is the camera,
but it's difficult.
It'll be because there's no elevator, there's nothing. And you guys know all the equipment they do. Yeah, and even the production stuff for the post leg interviews, like they usually do that around the same area. Right, and
so you'd have to go all the way down to be able to do it.
Yeah, so you have to go all the way down to the interview. Everybody's exhausted. Like that, I feel like that logistically would have been
You know what would have been interesting if you actually had to like carry something up there.
Oh my God. You guys, like
that's how they get things.
We seen people carry because they have stores up there with food, with refreshments, with drinks.
Yeah.
They have a watermelon stand. I saw he looked older, like in his 60s.
Yes.
A man carrying a whole bunch of watermelons on his back.
Yep.
I want to say it looked like 20 watermelons, and he's just going up 20 steps, and he'll rest. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a beautiful sight. So
as the UPS driver, I would quit my job if that was on my
oh man, seriously.
Matthew asks, what's the time split climbing that?
I think if you do it nonstop, it'll take you 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
We would have definitely ran that the whole way up. I mean, I was being dramatic, but
Michelle, what are you talking about? You were out of breath.
I was out of breath the whole race, and I would still ran.
No, you didn't. You were walking the race.
No, I wasn't.
Anyways, we've talked about this before. So, all right. So that's what happened in Guatapé. All right. So let's get to my segment. All right. We're moving fast here, everybody. We're moving fast here.
Gosh.
So my segment is called The Wheel of Ropics.
I would love to let you guys know that Louis stays like this for like a good 3 minutes.
He does. I see it in the little thumbnails at the bottom.
What's a Ropic, you may ask? A Ropic? Where's your dance? Come on, Joe. Come on, Garrett. So, what's a Ropic, you ask? A Ropic is a race topic. And basically, we have a huge wheel. It doesn't fit on the screen, guys. So it's a huge wheel with a bunch of Ropics on it. All right. So I'll give you guys some example of some Ropics. Let me pull them up real fast. My wheel of Ropics. All right. So what my first Ropic or Ropic up there is, was I wrong? Another Ropic.
Yes.
And I want you guys to listen closely so you could, pick one. Maybe one interests you. All right. My second Ropic is, it's not that simple. Another Ropic, True Stars.
Ooh.
Another Ropic, how about the other side? Another Ropic. Uh-oh. Another Ropic. I have so many Ropics.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What's up with that edit?
Okay.
My last Ropic, missed it by an inch, moved back a mile. So what interests you guys? Like what Ropic?
I feel like I have stories for every single one of those. I know why you picked those. Those are all really good, and each one of those could create a really good race topic.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Ropic.
A Ropic.
I lean towards am I wrong? Because yes.
All right. So let me reach back here and go ahead and spin the wheel and let me see what it lands on. Alright. It's spinning. It's spinning.
By Ray Fletcher.
Is Ray Fletcher here?
No, he's not yet.
All right. And it landed on, it's not that simple. Music.
Hello?
There it goes.
Yeah, we're gonna be here till midnight with so many Ropics.
All right. There you go. Put it a little lower, Mike. All right. Or is my headphones really loud?
I think
it's
your headphones
not
are loud.
that simple. So here's what's not that simple. Okay, phobias are hard. Phobias.
Ooh, I like this topic.
Are not easy to get over. So for somebody online to say, "Hey, Sean, just man up," or "You shouldn't be on the Amazing Race if you're scared of stuff," like it's get over it. Like it's not that simple. Like it's called a phobia for a reason. Whatever happened in their childhood, something happened there. At the end of the day, he conquered somewhat his fear, right?
Yep,
he couldn't even get up a step ladder.
Yeah.
And he went up almost 700 steps.
Yeah.
That is amazing. But for people to say, oh, get over it. No, like it's a fear in them that it's not that simple. Just, oh, thanks. I never thought of that. Get over it.
I'm scared. I'm on the Amazing Race.
So do you guys have any? Well, Garr, you said you're scared of heights, but you were up in the plane, weren't you?
Oh, I didn't love it. that was, if you watch that episode, I am just staring straight ahead while we're up in the plane, because I'm just trying to block everything out of my mind about what's about to happen. Because I knew that if I thought about what I was about to do, I would panic. And so I was trying to just stay super focused, not think about what was about to happen, because that was the only way I knew I could get through it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was an awesome experience, but yeah, I was definitely scared.
And I've got a phobia, and see, this is one where Michelle
I know your phobia.
What is it?
Coca-Cola.
Shaved faces.
You know what? I guess I have more than razors.
Razors.
This phobia is when Michelle would say, "Just get over it," because Michelle's probably the best dancer that I know, and I'm afraid of dancing. Or Lewis. Okay, I'm listening to dance too.
Come on, I'm right here, guys.
I am definitely afraid of dancing in front of people. Dancing, yes, and then in front of people, worse. And then what did I do? I danced in front of everybody, I out of myself, and I was shivering in my boots, shivering in my tap shoes. Everybody's got to face this stuff. If you sign up for the race, you know you're going to.
Yeah.
And I was proud when he was at the end of this leg, the double Dutch team. He was going down that steep mountain, and there were the stairs with no handrail. He sat down. Yeah, the coffee beans.
Yeah.
He did it though. He did it. I feel like they played it up a little more, like they were kind of replaying parts of it multiple times, making it look like he was there forever. But he pulled himself up and he did it, and that's what this is all about. You got to do stuff that you're scared to do.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to get into I love height stuff, and I'm a risk taker, and I'm a thrill seeker. But bungee jumping is one of my biggest fears, like out of everything. And that's what I wanted to go into the race to do, because I know the thing that will help you get through that fear is $1 million.
Yeah, it's the pressure of being on TV. So, all right, let's spin the wheel again.
Here we go.
There we go. All right. And it landed on, was I wrong?
That's all I do.
Damn, look at Joel dancing. Oh,
there he is.
Facing his fears.
Conquering his fear, baby. All right. So, was I wrong? Last week we had a huge debate, guys. A huge debate. And I think it's paper, rock, scissors. But I've done some research.
Wait. Before you continue, Lewis.
We were arguing about the order of how do you say paper, rock,
Joel and Garrett, how do you say it? When you're going to play the game?
It's rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Thank you.
Or Rochambeau, if you want to get fancy.
So I've always said paper, rock, scissors. I've always thought alphabetical order. That's just like something I've always said. You're still saying it. So
I'm trying to figure out how
I thought I've always said it like I thought it was right. But then I did some research.
Reddit research?
No. There's some research. There's an actual like lead
white papers
foundation of this, and it's the Rock, Paper, Scissors Foundation.
Oh, there you go.
So was I wrong?
Yes.
Yes. Next topic.
That board is a little tight, huh?
The board? Why is the board tight? And it landed on, what about the other side?
Oh, here we go.
The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Something like that.
Oh, I don't know. My neighbor's lawn is greener.
Making bandeja paisa, baby. Bandeja paisa. All right. So I want to talk about this. We have a lot of Spanish-speaking teams here, right? And we always talk about how much advantage that is. But what about the other side? Think about how all the other teams feel. The one time they're on Amazing Race, they do a Latin American season, and they don't know Spanish, and other teams here know Spanish. how would you feel? Like us, it would be great for us. But what if we went on the Asian side tour and we were going against teams that knew, well, in Asia, they have different languages. But let's just say they speak the same language in Asia.
You're saying,
right?
like, for example, we were in France and Derek knew
Like,
some French.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
And the one time you go on Amazing Race, it's a huge advantage. How would you guys feel about that, Joel and Garrett?
We know exactly how we feel about that.
Yeah, we do know, because
The first 2 legs of the race.
Victor spoke. He didn't speak Thai.
Yeah.
Laotian, I think, which is very close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's the one, but he speaks a language that's close, and it was close enough that it helped him.
Yeah.
And now I'm not saying that's the only reason they performed well in the first 2 legs, but it certainly helped. Meanwhile, you got us. I speak French fluently. Smythe speaks Spanish fluently, and we were like, for sure,
Yeah,
we're going to get
we're
at
gonna
least
hit at least one of those
where we
countries.
never came up.
Nothing.
Damn, that's right. You never got to use even French. But so that situation, what happened to you guys in the first 2 legs? Yeah, that sucked. But imagine like what they're going through here, where it's multiple countries in the Spanish language, and it's like, great. The only time I've been picked for Amazing Race, it's a huge disadvantage, I think.
Yeah.
But look at Victor and Jocelyn, right? They were first kicked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though, is it's a luck of the draw. You know, it's not like they knew what countries they'd be going to.
Exactly.
Now, the one disadvantage is the fact that it sounds like there's quite a few Spanish-speaking countries, and so that it might hurt a little more if I was in that situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, it's luck of the draw.
There's more to overcome. That's just what it's all about, you know. The teams that don't speak Spanish this season, they have more to overcome, but it's not something they can't overcome.
I'm sorry, Gary. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, this last episode, was that the first one that a Spanish speaker won the leg?
Yes, it is. And here's my fear, though, right? Like, I hope. You know what the viewers are going to say if Spanish-speaking teams go on a run? They're going to say like, oh, of course they are. Oh, this season is rigged. That's not fair for the other team. So that's what I'm worried about if some Spanish-speaking teams make a run here.
I would venture to say that Ricky and Cesar?
Cesar, yeah.
I wouldn't say it was the Spanish that got them the win in that leg. The cooking, I think, is what got them the win in that leg.
You're right.
Because their cooking, they nailed. I mean, one of them, I think, was a chef, which helps. But I mean, everyone has different skill sets, and so you know, his cooking, he nailed the cooking. They got it done super quick and perfect on the first try. I think that's what won him the leg in the end.
See, Garrett, you have perspective. Unfortunately, not everybody there sees that, right? And they're not going to remember that coming back to this leg. Like, oh, look, they won this many. Like, look at that. Look, Spanish-speaking teams. I'm saying just in case, you know, Spanish-speaking teams go on a run. Yeah. But that's just something I've always thought about. Next topic. Let's go.
oh, Jesus.
Oh,
there it is. All right.
We gotta put some oil in that wheel.
Yeah, the wheel's very stuck here. All right, yeah. Oh, wait, I can't see what does that say? Oh, I can't see what it says there. It says, what's up with that edit?
What is up?
All right. So, Yvonne and Melissa.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
What is up with her edit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I thought the same thing at the end of the episode when they went on the mat. I was like, I
don't think Joel and Garrett know who that is.
I'm racking my brain, and I'm like,
they're the girlfriends.
They have the eggplant color. They're the girlfriends.
That's who I thought it was. They have not got very much airtime so far.
And it's 90-minute episodes, and I feel like last episode was like they were nowhere. Like, what's going? I'm wondering if maybe they make it far.
Middle of the pack. That's the first reason.
But we have 90 minutes.
This is true. But what I tell Lewis is I have a feeling they make it pretty far, and they're trying to develop other stories before they develop theirs because they don't have time with other people.
That kind of happened to us in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
We weren't hardly in the first 2 episodes. Some people even said, "Are you sure you're on this show?" Because we weren't in the first 2 episodes hardly at all. And so that's very.
I feel like I've always, maybe because we do recaps and I did research on you guys, I feel like I saw you guys
because they have unforgettable looks. Look at
that's
them.
why. Yeah, it is. Yes, it's something very unique. We had that the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'll listen to the podcast like, who's Lewis and Michelle? But we also had 60-minute episodes with a bunch of teams, and it just wasn't fair. There is Yvonne and Melissa.
There they are.
Like, we got nothing. Like, I know we got a story out of them in the second episode, but we'll see. Hopefully there's more to come.
I feel like they've got a sense of humor that's waiting to be shown.
Yeah.
I got little hints that they're funny, and I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. And I think that concludes my segment. Yeah, I talk about everything. Oh, we didn't talk about all the topics, but we're a little bit tight on time. All right. So that was my segment called The Wheel of Robics. And
Yay.
Mike, what you got, baby?
All right. And every week, always. All right, I'm coming at you with some comments from Reddit. But before I do, this is my favorite part of the episode. The blue bird.
Oh, the bird. The bird. Yeah.
Bird.
I really love this bird.
It's a beautiful bird.
So funny.
I think so does Anthony. Is it Anthony or
Bailey?
Bailey?
Love that bird.
Which
I
one?
think it was Bailey. But it is a beautiful, the wildlife in Colombia, just the flowers, is a tropical paradise. It is just one of the few things that Colombia has that's beautiful. It's
all right. So first Reddit topic. Before a person becomes the Amazing Race cast member, they need to learn how to drive stick shift, walk up 100 steps, maybe hundreds of stairs, read clues carefully, never ever be afraid of heights. They bungee jump off bridges, rappel off the buildings, zip line into forests, just to mention a few of the height challenges.
Yeah, in other words, you have to be a Navy SEAL to be on the Amazing Race.
Oh, well, yeah, what about facing fears? We just talked about that.
Yeah.
One thing that we always said is if we waited until we were ready to be on the show, we never would have gone. So
exactly.
No, you don't have to be a master of everything before you go. But you
God.
got to be willing to face everything before you go.
Exactly.
Yes,
And
I love that.
I love that. And it basically, I think, I'm not sure if they meant to criticize like maybe Sean here or the physical ability of Angie, but I'm not sure if that's what they meant, or maybe it's just something you got to think about if you're training for the race. But I just dislike those people that are just like, oh, why are you on the race if you can't drive stick? Why are you on the race if you're scared of this? Like, no, that's the point of this show is to see broken people grow out of this, right? And everybody has a different story. This is not an athletic competition. This is
right.
The best of the best skill-wise coming here. That'll make for a boring-ass show, right?
And not only that, but it's not The Race, seasons 37 with Phil Kogan, right? It's The Amazing Race, right?
Yes.
There's some cool tasks on here. You can't be expected to know how to do everything.
Yeah, exactly.
If they cast this show the way they cast like American Ninja Warrior or something, it would be a completely different show. And I feel like the teams wouldn't stand out from each other. They'd all kind of blend together. That's not what we're going for here.
Exactly. What else you got, Mike?
All right, next topic. I thought this was hilarious. A debate. Do teams get to drink coffee? All right. Because the wife and I were having a discussion about the lifestyle while being contestants on The Amazing Race. She says I'd have to wean off caffeine to race. I don't want to. Thoughts?
Okay, well, we could talk about both ways of doing it since we're in COVID season and they weren't, because I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, that's great. That's a good comparison. Yeah.
Yeah. So since we were in COVID season and we were stuck in the hotel, Lewis would make me hydrate all the day before, like all day. And then the next day we would drink as least liquid as we could as possible. So for me, it was having coffee in the morning, a little bit of coffee, because if not,
because we have to
go to the bathroom.
Like holding your pee in a race sucks.
Yeah,
that is horrible. Do you guys drink coffee at all?
No. We did get a Red Bull at one point.
Yeah.
So we did have some caffeine, but
and I got a lot of Pepsi in the countries that had it.
Yeah.
At the hotel, but
Pepsi's taste different in different countries, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not like a ton, but yeah, there's a difference.
But I mean, our thought was the same. Like, I don't want to drink a bunch of stuff that's going to make me have to pee all the time, and so
Yeah.
you want to be careful with that. That can make you lose the race in the end.
It's happened before, and we had some strategic pee breaks, but we did a lot more just holding it.
Yeah.
Oh, so much holding your pee. So much holding your pee. Mike, what? Oh, another thing is Q, our friend Quentin from our season. Yep. He would chug so much Celsius in the morning.
Celsius, that's right. He told us.
Oh my God, he was spinning and dancing in the lobbies of the hotel.
We were waiting to start the race, and he's like,
"Yeah, Mike, what else you got?"
All right, last one. Here we go. I can understand Sean's fear of heights when they are going up all those steps, but I can't be the only one who thought he was being a baby when going down the hill by the roadblock. So a little bit of fire here. He probably had to overact a little bit for the drama, and his wife doesn't strike me as a type to put up with that level of whiny bish. Ooh. But yeah, if it was real, oof, put a diaper on him and stick a dummy in his mouth.
Okay, I guess first they're insinuating that the race is fake. Guys, is the race fake?
Oh,
absolutely not. You know what? Here's what I think happened. I think the camera doesn't catch the true view of the cliff on the side.
Oh yeah.
And I think he was, because the way he was leaning away from it, I bet it was just a severe drop off to the side. And it was raining, muddy. You could slip, and so I could see that adding more fear to him. The fact that if he starts going down and slips off to the side, you're going all the way down. And I just don't think you can see the real gravity of the cliff from our perspective.
Can you put that picture up one more time where those chats were? Because I have a response, but I need to see it in order to do it. Please.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Because while you're bringing that up, this is what I want to say. You got people who the keyboard warrior type, So King Slim Cognito and Milo, this is for you. Why don't you give us your real name and your real picture and put that comment out there, because it's my pet peeve that you got these people that are know-it-alls while they're sitting in their basement in their underpants putting this stuff out here. No, come on. This is real stuff. I don't know. I get on a rant sometimes when people do this.
And also, if you're one of the many fans that donated to my daughter's service dog, thank you.
Just kidding, thank you.
Thank you, but I'll fight you. All right, guys. All right, and let's oh man, I watch by the way, all the teams. If you're watching our podcast, I watch everybody's Team Walla Wallas. I've seen Juan and Shane's podcast. I've seen
Ricky and Cesar.
Ricky and Cesar is very, very cool how they put up like they have the exact clue. They have the exact instructions of this week's challenges, like of the cooking challenge. That was interesting to watch. Very very good. Is that Danny on the chat? No. Is that? I don't know. But yeah, Danny and his mom, Angie, they had James on this week. I think I'm missing something. Oh, Amber and Vinny. I watched their podcast. Like, guys, everybody watching this, make sure you watch their podcast. All right. And what else we got? Oh, does that conclude your segment, Mike?
That concludes my segment.
Oh, we're moving fast, everybody, and we're not done because we have.
Yes. It's my alternate account. I'll jump over to Walla.
There it is. Okay, I thought that was Danny.
Before you continue, I noticed that Walla Walla got down to one backpack, and I love that. Already switching over to one backpack.
Yes. They talked about that. They talked about pretty much Angie putting all her stuff in Danny's backpack.
Can we talk about one more thing before you go on?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Where you're going? I love the firefighter story of I forgot her name, her grandmother.
Sunny, yeah.
Yes, this whole episode, she was doing it for her grandmother. It was so beautiful to reflect on that. I remember my father passed away, and I felt him at some point during the race, and it was
to
feel that. And I'm sure that for her, it was so nice to do that for her grandmother.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, and especially when they saw the abuelas, the grandmas doing the jump.
Yes.
And it's just like, how often do you have a grandma judging? And it's part of the task, and it's written on the clue, and that's a beautiful thing. That's just a sign from heaven above saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about you." Like, that's a beautiful. Talking about abuelas, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I actually started live tweeting with the show.
He's verified.
And oh yeah, because I've subscribed because I pay for a subscription on Twitter.
Pay the $8 a month.
Yeah, I got that for free. All right, but basically, I was saying that if my abuela was there judging, everybody would have failed. Everybody. maybe not Caesar, because Cesar was cooking. Like I saw that meal.
That presentation.
That looked good. That looked good.
Wait, and can we say real quick, if you guys have never had a bandeja paisa, which is what they cooked,
it's good. It's so
Fire.
good.
You let us know when to show up at your house, and we'll be there for it.
God, I'll make it for you guys, man. My mama makes the best red beans. The kidney beans are fire. I've cooked that meal in the station at least 2 or 3 times.
I wonder if any of the teams were able to get like a little quick bite of what they made.
Oh, I would have scarfed that after they would like, hey, do you pass? Yeah, you pass. Give me the clue chicharrón, baby.
Like Joel and Garrett when they were eating the hot dogs.
Oh, yeah. So good.
That's great.
I still dreams about that sausage. It was so good.
Yes. All right. So coming up next, but they've been waiting backstage for a while. Let's bring out these dudes with the super cool vibes, bro.
Yeah!
Do you guys have any more room for another dude?
Oh, we can fit another dude for sure.
What's up, dudes?
Here we go. What's up?
Oh,
Yes.
What's up, dudes? John,
Man.
how you guys doing?
Triple.
Oh, I love
man. So I kind of put my name in a surfer dude name generator online,
He did.
and the name that came out was Corky Hamilton, and I hate that name. So I'm gonna call myself Louis Crush.
What's up, Crush?
Louis Crush.
What's up, boys? How you guys doing, man?
I have
Call
been
me Coral
Crush. I've been so excited to talk to you guys. Seriously, since like day one, Louis and Michelle especially. Like we were like watching your like audition videos you guys were putting out during the process of ours and all of that. Like from day one, we've been fans of you guys. So
Thank you,
everybody
man.
here. I mean, hey, the boys. I can't control any facial hair. That's huge still, dude.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good.
I can't do this yet.
Anthony, wait a second. Does Anthony have a better mustache than you?
Bro, I swear mine gets
maybe.
bleaches or something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like.
Yo, y'all's vibe on the show, like you guys look like you get along so great. Like, do you guys fight in real life?
He's punched me a couple times in the face. It was a long time ago, so we're cool.
It's been years. Honestly, we're at the point now where we're pretty chill. Like we don't really fight that much.
So wait, like back in like when you were younger, it was a lot of fighting, or were you guys always chill, bro?
You know,
I
it's
mean,
funny.
like-
I look back at pictures of myself as a kid, and I always have like black eyes, and I'm like, Mom, why?
No. How did you run into the walls? It's nothing, I think.
By the way, guys, I just want to say we all had petitions to try and keep you on the show as long as we could, but you guys had already recorded it.
Man, I was hoping that Phil was lying about it being a non-elimination this day, bro. Because you guys bring it.
And he was just kidding too. So
I lost my headphones.
that was
Honestly, I think you need to try that do for real, brother. You look good.
yeah.
It's like you need to try out the hair.
I think I'm gonna let my hair grow. Let's see what happens here, guys. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Did you guys ever fight over girls when you were younger?
They fought over us.
So you guys had no drama, man. That's awesome, dude. That's
No, I
awesome.
mean, I think like probably have the same taste in girls, but like we always, we're always cool about it. We always kept it civil, So
The most we'd fight about is like even like in high school, like we'd come downstairs like ready to like go to school, and like we'd be wearing the same thing on accident all the time, and we're like, okay, like somebody has to change, bro. Like, and that's like it'd be stupid stuff. We don't really let anything like important in life really get in between us at all.
Yeah,
That's
well, we
cool,
have
man.
the same, taste. I'd say Bailey's a little finer tuned, but we'd always match, and it just it would piss each other off. So,
Hey, how long have you guys been surfing for?
I mean, we live in Florida on the Gulf Coast, so there's actually not many waves
We
here.
grew up in Cali, Where
Okay.
originally, it all started, bro. I'll take you way back. Kidding. But then, we lived in Texas for a while. We were just like lake rats, always just wake surfing, all that stuff. And then we were golf. Like, whenever there's a storm and stuff, we'll take it out. But like now, it's kind of dead, dude. Like,
Now we're just big into fishing and being out in the boat and just.
This dude's always coming in. Like, I always see he's got like scales like on his shirt and stuff from like filleting fish. I'm like, take a shower, dude.
Wait, you know what I just thought of? Could the producers tell you apart? Because if you got to a roadblock and you could have faked it out like, oh, I'm Bailey, I'm going to do this roadblock, and you're actually Anthony, like, would you have been able to do that?
I think they have different tattoos, right?
Oh, we wore green name tags, so they just edited it out. No, we actually, they made us stay. Question, because they actually made us, like, if we ever were interviewing or talking, I'd always have to stay on the right, and you'd always have to be on the left. So,
which I'm sure you guys had to do that for your name things. I don't know. I think that's just what helped them out, though. Like, I don't think they really could guess. Like, everyone in the cast was just like, Anthony's got the sick arm tats.
Bailey's got the sick leg tats. So,
and
you have a sick beard, so it kind of.
I don't think you guys look good with beards, man. Your style right there is just great, dude.
Well, you haven't seen me with one yet.
Hey, you guys
with a beard.
And all right, so you guys have a renovation company, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like more of a we don't do it for like other people. We kind of just been getting other like mobile homes, double wides, and we just keep in and renovating them and just
we want to do houses,
find our footing and just figure out exactly what we're trying to do with that. But it's been fun in the process.
Like we find them like super cheap, and we just put some lipstick on it and try to just get them off as fast as possible. Then you sit on one for too long, and then we're scared for a little bit. You make
it's
always the learning curve.
It's a roller coaster, but it's fun. I mean, it definitely has kept us busy and.
I have a part
sitting around all day.
I have a question for you guys though.
What's up?
When are we partying in Miami?
Dude,
we're like 3 hours away right now, 3.5 hours.
Hey, hey guys, honestly, man, I got your bedroom ready. We just moved to this condo. I'll figure it out, man. I'll get some air mattresses, bro. You guys come over. Yes. We got bars downstairs. We're ready, dude. We're ready, bro.
I'm clean. I'll take my shoes off. All that.
I'll make the bed, man.
Dude, just be you, dude. Guys, just be you. I want to play a game with you guys. You guys ready for this?
I like games, dude.
All right, ciao. All right, so
I like this name, the property dudes.
The property dudes, bro. Dude, ciao. All right, dudes. So, all right, check it out, dudes. We're gonna play a game, right? And I'm gonna give you. By the way, it's Louis Crush here. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a word, cool surfer word, right? And you guys have to rank it, how cool that word is on a scale from 0 to hang 10. Cool?
All right.
What would be like pretty dope be on that scale?
Oh, whoa, you're
get ahead of yourself.
One word at a time, bro.
By the way,
one word at a time, bro.
I've never seen the editors having such a good time with edits.
Yeah.
With you guys. I'm kind of jealous. You guys got all the cool graphics and blurriness.
Hey, you guys stuck around for the long run. That's all that really matters, though, right?
All right. So let me open my Siri doesn't recognize my face anymore, bro. All right. Let me go. All right. Put in the code. Okay. Where are my words? All right. So first word. Let's start off simple. Sick.
That's like every day. That's definitely an 8.
Yeah, like that car kind of sick, but it could be really sick. So I mean, it's like in what context? I'd level it like it's like a 4, like a 4.
Hey, Joe and Garr, if you guys have any words, you guys are just silent there. Oh, they're gone. Why are they gone?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, they disconnected me.
Well, I'll put them back when they get back on.
Okay. All right. Next word. Gnarly.
Ooh, that's a hard 8. That's
like I would have said, that's what I would have said too.
Nice. All right.
Easy.
Stoked.
Ooh. That's like a soft 9.
That's almost hanging 10, bro.
Man, almost hang 10, bro. All right. What if you're amped?
Amped? I feel like I'm amped in the morning when I like crack a Red Bull and I'm, turn the radio on. Maybe I'm amped. That's an early morning 6.
We just have an amped fitness.
That's an early morning. I like that, bro. All right. So I'm not sure if this word's still in style, but radical.
Radical.
Rad.
I mean, 5. I'd say like, you know, that guy's pretty rad, but you know, it's like maybe I'm being nice in it.
What's up?
Welcome
fellas?
back, boys.
We missed you guys.
I missed you guys.
I was worried sick when you guys were gone.
Worry sick is a level 8, dude. That's a lot of sick. All right, next word. So we talked about hang 10, but what about hang 11?
Oh.
Has it been done before?
I don't know. What does hang 11 mean?
That might be off the scale, bro. I don't know if I can speak about that.
You broke it.
Dude. All right. What if you're in Point Break?
What?
This could have multiple meanings and layers to it.
Oh, tell me about it.
Like an onion. Layered.
Oh, I get it.
Like a blooming onion.
Joel, I think Joel has a word. I saw him kind of like, no?
Oh, the hang 11 made me think of something.
He was saying
It wasn't appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I could know.
Me, bro.
Yeah. Hey, write it in the private chat so we could know. Just make sure it's not in the public chat. All right. How about? Let's go with. All right. This is one of my favorite words, bro. Cowabunga.
Dude, like that's an easy off the scale. That should have been the 11 right there, dude.
Yeah. Hey, we can make it a 12.
Cowabunga, dude.
And let's just do one more word. All right, last word. Dude.
How many times?
Like, that one's like an S tier. It's like on its whole nother. Yeah,
The S tier.
Yeah.
Yo. All
That's
right.
like everyday life, you know, you can say that one almost in every sentence you want.
Did you guys see the dude counter?
Yeah.
I'm sweating. That man, hair sucks, guys. Like, holy fuck.
Made like my whole night. That was
pretty great.
Imagine having to run the race with hair.
That's oh my god. Hey, so what's crazy is that I mean, we were always talking about like how many dudes you guys had in your episodes, and I wanted to play the dude drinking game, which is take a shot for every dude you say, and that'll just get you freaking gnarly, twisted, sick. And
we were gonna do it next.
And we were gonna do it, but the Amazing Race social media beat us to it. We're like, damn, they got us there. And we actually last season we counted every single out of towner. And we put that in the video. So I think they're copying us, man.
I was like, you better stay at home if you're playing that game. You don't want to drive after that.
Hide your keys.
Yo, hey, Anthony Bailey, you guys are a vibe, dude. Like, you guys already had enough, interviews with, a lot of race questions. I wanted to do something a little different, man.
This was so fun, bro.
You guys, hey, honestly. Hey, you guys are a blast, bro. Are you guys the best racers out there? I don't think so. That's okay. But that don't matter, man. We still family.
Let's give them a little credit.
Hey.
They were probably the ones who did the most switch on the detours in Amazing
And they
Race.
still almost
a world record, all right?
They like, yeah, they do.
In your face, Joel.
They still caught up pretty close.
Yeah. You guys did good. I mean, obviously. Hey, look, I was rooting for you guys, man. You guys are great entertainment. There's obviously mistakes there. Like, all right, so did you guys see the directions on how to cook all this stuff?
Yeah, it was in Spanish, so it's
like
scary.
the ingredients.
We were like, no way.
The ingredients were in Spanish. Like, not the whole thing was in Spanish, but like it was all the words. Like I was like, I don't even want to take the time to like it kind of we were like in panic mode kind of. And we were like, dude, this is Spanish. What the hell does it say? Like, let's go back to the I don't know.
It just scared us. So we were like, whoa, like what, like no way.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, I can't even justify the decision because like we all saw how it played out, but it felt right in the moment. Can I say that at least? It felt like
dude.
It felt okay in the moment.
Yeah.
We were running from all of our problems.
But like you guys switched so
Run
you couldn't run anymore, so you had to pick one. But yeah, you guys like at the end of the day, you guys still didn't fight. Like you guys were all right. Let's go back. All right, let's go back to the other one. Now let's go back to that detour. You went back and forth, and dude, you guys are a good vibe, man. You guys are awesome.
I haven't seen the other interviews, but I really want to know what was so tough about the actual building challenge of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Willies, they were it was such like a specific order everything had to like be in, and like there was like even like forks and stuff like strung along, like everything had like such like a weird order, and like you couldn't like look at the Willie, you had to like run all the way over to it and kind of remember whatever you could.
You couldn't just like look at it, like you couldn't see it from like where you were exactly, so like it was like almost a memory. Like, and I've heard people like say now they should have remembered like 2 things at a time and go back. Like at the moment, I'm just like, okay, I see 4 bags of rice. Like some of the stuff was like so far back you couldn't even see it. You know, it was just like I was like,
if
there's no way.
We didn't pick the wrestling one in Mexico. Like this one wasn't gonna go our way then.
Yeah. Good question from Nunez. How far apart were the detours? Like how long was that run back and forth?
They really weren't that far. Maybe like a 5-minute run.
Yeah, I don't know, like every 5-minute counts, but it wasn't like we were running like across town or like, you know, taking a taxi.
You know when you're racing, everything kind of feels like you don't know even, but it felt like about 5 minutes ish.
Yeah, I've been to that city. Me and Michelle were in that city just a few months ago. We've been to that city plenty of times, and it's not a big city. Like you could walk around the whole place, just walking maybe 20 minutes around every single street.
Yeah, it makes it easy. It makes it more easier to switch detours, knowing that it's so close.
So you guys were just like running back and forth. You might as well just go back and forth and try.
We were already that deep, dude. You know, it was so beautiful there. I still can't believe like.
I think we need to go back now.
Hey, so do we have more information on this bird?
Yeah,
can you put up the bird?
I think I need to do a little more research. I'm not sure what it is still, but I don't know. It really.
So we still don't know the name of this bird?
No, it caught my eye. It was so cool.
This might be a soft launch. This might be a soft launch into our like Animal Planet.
Yeah. Like Steve Irwin, Gator Boys stuff. Maybe we'll start a documentary series.
Dude, totally. It is a beautiful creature. And if you guys ever go back to Colombia, like I'm not sure if you guys know, my family's Colombian, and just Colombia has so much beautiful wildlife, and the waterfalls there, and there's hot springs, and it's known for its nickname is the eternal spring, like eterna primavera it's said in Spanish, right, which pretty much means the eternal spring, because every day of the year it's just great weather. I mean, you guys had some rain that sucked, but that just creates the flowers, the wilderness. It's a beautiful place. Joe and Garrett, do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, they have one question they want to ask.
Hit it, bro. Hit it, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So we were watching this last episode. I was watching you guys. I was thinking about you guys. First of all, I love how happy you guys always are. You guys are an inspiration by how happy you stay, no matter what they throw at you guys. When we were on the race, we really benefited from having different skill sets and different things. Smythe's a lot better at certain things than me, and vice versa. And when I was watching you, I know that often when people see twins, they make the assumption that they're exactly the same just because they look the same. So your skill sets, did you guys have differing skill sets that helped you in different areas? Or was it the old, well, they must look the same, so they have the same skill set idea?
That's a tough one, because going into it, like we obviously, even through the whole interview process, that's a huge thing, but we talk about, like, I feel like, and there are certain things I think we do help each other with. And I think that's why we can stay so calm together. Like I know when he's at a certain point, and he knows the same with me, if like how we can kind of just, chill out and just get through whatever we're doing. Unfortunately, I feel like that's kind of a huge pitfall. I think that's a good point you make, because we are twins. I feel like we do have a lot of the same,
weaknesses or whatever you want to call it.
Weaknesses is a great word. Yeah, honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, just even, with our decision making or impulse, like just certain things, sometimes when he's like, oh dude, like, let's just do this. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Like maybe one of us needs to be like, hey, let's actually like talk this out for a half second. I mean, I kind of got a little sidetracked there, but I think it's kind of a little bit of both, where maybe to our relationship wise, we have certain things that totally balance each other out. But maybe as a
Like
team
physical
together.
skill set, probably too much similarities to be.
Really?
I just kept yapping there, but yeah.
Did you guys play any sports growing up?
Yeah, we played Texas football like for like
Okay.
Football since we were like
same position?
third grade. Yeah, we played.
Yeah, we started playing like third grade. Yeah, for
Corner. You guys each played corner?
Yeah, we did all.
And nobody was better than the other one. Nobody got benched over the other one.
Better games, but you know we're both stars. Come on.
Oh my god!
we didn't do that great at our school, but we started, but yeah, we didn't.
Our coaches used to make us like go after practice and just hit each other stupid for everybody. Like it was awesome.
Who got better grades in school?
Maybe Bailey, but
like I said, like he wasn't taking any tests for me, and I wasn't for him. Like there was no point. Like we both kind of always we were like C's, B's, cruising on by.
I will say I'm sorry, Lewis, but I failed Spanish, so.
Have you guys ever done a switcheroo to anyone for any reason?
God, Michelle, why you always ask those questions?
I want to know the answer to this.
About that one. No.
Pleads the fifth. Plead the fifth, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
I'm trying to think of I don't know, honestly. I have to think about this one.
I think
further,
we tried
but none off the top of my head.
once, but I think like too many people laughed and ruined it. I think that was about it. We haven't like done anything crazy.
Guys, we love you, man.
I love you guys.
Hey, whenever you're ready to come to Miami, dude, drive down, or I go up to you guys. We'll figure it out. My
truck's actually been running in the driveway, so I'm ready to go.
Bring your surfboards, dude. All right, everybody out there watching Croqueta Chat, thank you for joining us. Everybody in the live chat, thank you so much for your comments. Everybody out there that's watching this afterwards, leave some comments afterwards. What could we do better, or any disagreement you might have? It's all good. Let's talk about it. Joel and Garrett, you guys are amazing. Thanks for joining us. And Garrett, thanks for bringing, that huge news to our podcast. The dog is going to be named Kogan, baby. That's a great name. You guys are awesome. Anthony Bailey, by the way, thanks for waiting so long in the backstage, man.
I was so pumped.
Listening, it was awesome. So.
I was so pumped all day. You guys are entertaining, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we need him back on the show.
Oh, we're gonna get him back, dude.
I want more.
Let's get him back this time next week.
We can't get him on Amazing Race, but we'll have him on Croqueta Chat.
There you go.
Let's do it. I would love to come back.
Let's go, baby. I'll get used to wearing this thing, man. But actually, I'm fucking returning this thing. Look, I just had the tag there. We got no budget for this show, dude. Except for our boy Ray Fletcher, man. He paid for the big ass wheel behind there. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. We love y'all. Peace.
All right, peace.
Later.
Dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. Because we're all dudes.